Good morning. Time to make the coffee. So this morning I'm trying to make this not coffee, a little stronger. See if I'd like the flavor of it better. I like it, but it's not coffee. Anyway, it's Ticino, coffee substitute. So it's okay. It's making do. Today it's going to be 59 degrees, and we had another frost last night. So it's way too early to plant outside here. Well, some things you can already plant outside. If it says it's frost hardy, then it would be fine. Some of the brassicas and I think cabbage and things like lettuce, spinach, all those things are frost hardy. So I have to start preparing my soil, start putting some fertilizer in there, maybe getting some perlite or vermiculite and loosening up the soil a little bit. Most of the containers that I have are self-watering, except for the grow bags, and those are not. So eventually I want to get to all self-watering containers, but that can get to be expensive, so I'm just going to slowly get rid of some of the grow bags and get a few more containers that are self-watering. Or I may decide that what I have is enough. I don't know. This is sort of an experimental year for me to see what I can grow. And I don't want to grow enough to feed the whole neighborhood. I just want to grow enough to feed myself, maybe give my family a few things, and do a little preserving. So, like I said, it's an experimental year for me to see what is actually enough, because I don't want to overdo it. So when I was at my mom's yesterday, she bought some marigolds. She had some last year, and they were really, really pretty. So I may take a trip to Mark's today, not to buy flowers yet. It's still too early, and then I have to bring them in and out and in and out, because we're still predicting some nights in the 30s this coming up week. So I'm hoping by the first week of May that the frost will be over and done with, but you never know. But what they do have a lot of times, dog drinking water again, what they do have sometimes are little dwarf fruit trees. And I would like to get an apple and a peach if they have it. I got a peach a few years ago, but it didn't survive. So I'd like to try it again. But I have to stick with dwarf trees because, you know, my little postage stamp food forest out there is very small. So, and that's the way I like it, because if I had an acre, I would go crazy and plant up an acre. That's just my personality. If one is good, 10 is better. So I'm working on that. I really am. So we'll see. We'll see. Life is a big experiment, which is fun. You know, I should have been a scientist because I do like to experiment. So there it is, the Ticino. A little bit of creamer in there. I'm finding I'm using less creamer with the Ticino because it's not as strong as coffee. So, but it is good. So if you can't drink coffee, give the Ticino a try. It's not cheap. It's on the expensive side, but you know, if you don't drink it all day long, it's fine. And I usually just have 1 cup. So, cheers. Let me try it this way. Yes, that's actually better. It could even be a little stronger. And I don't even like strong coffee, but I think maybe adding a little more of the Ticino into the drip would be better. So I'll play around with it. I have several more pouches of it that I want to use up anyway before I go back to decaf coffee. So, okay, what else? I talked about the weather. How's the weather in your area? Are you already planting outside? If you are, I'm jealous. I'm really chomping at the bit here. But let me know in the comments below. If you garden and you're planting, let me know. And what are you planting? I'm interested in that. Tomatoes and peppers and just the basics, or are you planting exotic things or something new? All right, well, I will meet you at the budget book as soon as I drink a little bit of my coffee. So I'll see you there. All right, back at the budget book. So today's Thursday, and yesterday I didn't spend any money. And what I used to do whenever I'd go out, I'd always stop at a store. I'd pick up this, I'd pick up that, you know, like, because a lot of the things on the way, like to my mom's, a lot of the stores I shop in are on the way or, you know, on the way back. So I would stop and pick things up. But I haven't been doing that because I just spent way too much money. And I'm trying to hold off on buying groceries because I have so much in my freezer and not too much in my refrigerators. I used up most of the produce. But in the freezer, I still have a ton of food. So I'm trying to hold off as long as I can with the buying of the food. But I might go to Mark's today, like I said, and see if they have any fruit trees. I'd like to get a couple of those, something small that isn't going to overshadow my veggies, but I'll probably plant them in a container as opposed to in the ground. So that way I can move them around as needed. So, and they're usually, well, they used to be around $20, like $19.99, but I'm sure that's probably either doubled now or at least the price has risen by 50%, I would surmise. And they may not even have them, I don't know. But Mark's is only like 3 miles down the road, so it's not like I'm wasting a lot of gasoline getting there. So I might go ahead and go there today just to see, but I'm not getting the flowers yet. It's just way too early. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't spend any money yesterday, and so far I've only spent money 5 days, which is pretty good, I think. And if they don't have any trees, then I may not spend any money today. But the thing with buying things at Mark's, because it's a discounted store, and if you don't get it when they have it, it's gone. They only get so much of it. They buy in bulk things that, you know, are cheap. Well, not cheap quality-wise, but cheap for them, and then they sell it. And when they're sold out, they're sold out. So when I used to go to Mark's a couple times a week anyway, I used to get some really, really awesome deals there and some great stuff. But I don't do that anymore because it is a trigger store for me because I spend too much there. So now I go once a month, and if they have something, they do, and if they don't have something, then I don't, you know, I don't get anything. So my little buddy's here again, aren't you? Are you here again? Yes, you want me to pay attention to you, not this book. It's like, Mama, who are you talking to? There's nobody there. Talk to me. But there's people out there in YouTube land. There's people in YouTube land. Yes, I know. And I love you too. Okay. All right, well, focus. I think he needs to go, there we go. I think he needs to go out. And so I will be back. And we'll see if I went to Mark's or not. Maybe I'll take you with me to Mark's. That might be fun. Okay, I just got back from Mark's. I did go, and I'm glad I did, because I did get a couple of dwarf fruit trees. I got a dwarf peach, and they didn't have a dwarf apple. They had regular sized apples, but I don't want to plant any more big trees. And then they had a dwarf plum. So I got one of each, and they were $25, so that was a good price, because if you go to the nurseries, they're way more expensive than that. So while I was there, I got a couple of other things. I was looking for gardening things. I didn't find too much for gardening. I mean, nothing that I was interested in. They had stuff, but I didn't get it. And I didn't get the shepherd hook either. I figured maybe I could hang them in some of my trees. I don't know, we'll see. I can always get one down the road if I have to. But I did pick up a couple things, but I didn't want to go grocery shopping. But I figured while I was there, I would pick up a couple of filler things until I do go grocery shopping next month. So quite a while back, I had a pitcher that was about this size, and I had it forever. But then it ended up, it just broke. I poured hot liquid into it and it broke. It didn't have a handle or anything, but this one does. So this was $3.99, and I can make myself some beverages in this and keep it in the fridge because it's nice and narrow. So I got that. And then I don't have any fruit at all anymore. So I picked up 4 bananas, and they were 57 cents a pound. And I picked up these strawberries. When I walked in there, they had these beautiful pies, and one of them was a strawberry pie, fresh strawberry. But it was like 13 something. And I thought, I'm not paying that for a pie. So I ended up getting these nice, lovely strawberries, and they were $2.29. So I picked up a pack of those, and all I need is a little pie. I don't need one this big. So, and then I want to also, I was watching, I don't know, it was a garden channel, and they took a slice, just a real thin slice of a strawberry, dried it on a paper towel for a few days, and just got the seeds off. And you should see the beautiful strawberry plants he got out of it. So I want to do that with just a tiny piece of part of the strawberry. So, and then I got these Lender's bagels. They're frozen bagels. I like to have these for breakfast. And I still have a little bit of cream cheese. So I want to finish that up. And then I also bought this breakfast sausage because I don't have any more of that. I have a lot of other things. So I just picked that up, and that was like $4.49, something like that. So, but I'll tell you what, I haven't gone to the grocery store in a month, and the prices have just, again, every time I go in there, I just kind of have to shake my head. So another thing I picked up was these singles, and they were like $2.29, I think it was. And I don't have any more cheese other than shredded cheese, which I'm going to use, but I like to have that with the sausage and the bagel. So I picked up those things. I'm going to put these away, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I was totally out of snacks. I don't have any chips. I don't have any tortilla chips. None of that. I do have a few pretzels left. And sometimes in the afternoon, I like to have a little crunchy, salty snack. So I picked up another one of these On the Border They're big. But I'll eat it. It'll take me a couple months to go through this. But so I picked that up. And then they had this wine on sale for, I think it was $4.29 or something like that. And it's Moscato Sangria. I mean, it's not a high-end wine. It's just Carlo Rossi. But I thought that sounded good. So I picked that up. And sometimes my daughter and I like to share a bottle of wine. And then, I don't know how this happened, but I was totally out of sandwich bags. So I picked up these, and I can't remember how much these were. They were like $3 or something. I mean, they were up there in price. It's like, geez, because you used to pick them up for, you know, $1.99, so no more. And then they had more Oops bread. Last time I bought it, it was a huge loaf of seeded rye bread, which I'm still eating. I froze a lot of it, and but I'm almost out of that. I'm almost out of bread. I think I have a little bit left, but when I was looking, they had these huge bags of these hoagie buns. So I figured there's 6 of them, and it was only $2.19. And I figured I can cut them and use them as buns for sausage. I can make like Subway sandwiches out of them. I can use them for anything, you know. So I picked up 2 of these, and I'll freeze most of it. But that'll keep me, you know, I'll have bread for a long time. So I thought that was a good price, actually. So I got that. And then, I don't know, I've been looking all over for paper, these little paper cups. And I looked at Walmart, I looked at Drug Mart. I looked, you know, anytime I went into a store, I looked. Because when I was watching Robbie and Gary Gardening Easy, she was taking the paper cups, she was doing like the double cup, and then she would cut the bottom off, put her start in there, put a second cup over it to catch the water, and then she would just plant the whole cup and everything, so she said it doesn't put the seedlings into shock. So I was glad I found this. I mean, it was $4 and something, but that'll last a long time, and most of my seedlings are already planted. So that's more for the garden for next year, because I don't use them in the bathroom at all. So I got that. Let me put this away, and then I'll show you a couple more little things that I got. Okay, then just a couple more things. I was totally out of my raspberry syrup, which I use all the time for my iced tea when I make my homemade iced tea. So I got a raspberry syrup, and that was, I think, $3 and something. Let me see. Well, it's here somewhere. Oh, $3.99. Yeah, that price has been $3.99 for a while. So I got that, and then one of my viewers told me, and I can't believe how much Folgers coffee has gone up, but she told me about this Simply Smooth, gentle on the stomach Folgers. So I picked that up, and that was $6.79, but that'll last me quite a while. So I thought I would give that a try, so thank you for that tip. I didn't need this, but I picked it up. I picked up another one of these chocolate raspberry hot cocos, because that is so good in the coffee, and I like it also in the Ticino. And I know I shouldn't have chocolate either, but you know, life's short, what can I say? And then they had these 4 oranges. Like I said, I have absolutely no fruit, and I'm planning on eating frozen fruit. But they had these marked down. There's 4 nice navel oranges for $1, so I picked those up. And then they had this head of romaine, which is looking pretty good. The outside leaf is a little starting to turn. I'll throw that out, give it to the worms. And that was only 50 cents. So I got that. So altogether at Mark's, not including the trees, I spent $68.94. Boy, I'll tell you, the dollar does not go far anymore. So that's what I spent for all those things. And then, I mean, I looked at a lot of other things, and it's like, I'm not paying that. I'm just not paying it. A little thing of Beyond, I wasn't going to buy any anyway because I have quite a stash. Beyond Meat, I think they're 12 ounces, was $8 and something at Mark's. You know, if I buy it at Giant Eagle, it's like $9 or $10. I mean, that's ridiculous for a little bit of fake meat. So the 2 trees, with tax, we have high tax here in Ohio. I think it's still 8%. Yeah, it's 8%. So the trees were $58.07. So I think I did okay. Like I said, I didn't want to go grocery shopping because I want to eat up what I have. But I did pick up a few little things, but that was it. So if I go grocery shopping, it's probably going to cost me $100. You know, you can't get out of the store. But that's for a month. So, you know. Anyway, that was my adventure in Mark's Land. And they have really gone up in price too. You used to get some really, really good deals there. But now it's like, it's not a great deal anymore, so I'm not buying it. I'm a bargain shopper. I want the most money, or the biggest bang for my buck, let's put it that way. And if I can't get that, I won't buy it. You know, if I feel like the price is too high, I just won't buy it. So, okay, I have to put the rest of this away, and I'll be back in a little while. Okay, well, I just ate dinner. I had some of the bread that I bought. I used it like as a bun, and I had some ultimate chicken, so it was like a fried chicken patty. And then I had the rest of the macaroni and cheese. So I got 3 meals out of that macaroni and cheese that I made, I think it was 3 days ago. So that was a good cheap meal. So if you're really struggling, get yourself some dry boxes, you know, of macaroni and cheese where they have the cheese powder. And then if you have other cheese around in your, in your drawer that you don't want to go bad, just stick it all in there, add a little extra milk, and make yourself a meal. So that's what I had for dinner. And for breakfast this morning, well, it was brunch. It was more, yeah, it was brunch time. I had cans of tuna, it's called, that I bought at Big Lots quite a while ago, and they were 99 cents for a can, and they're about the size of a can of tuna. So I had that for brunch on the rye bread, so that's always a cheap meal. You know, if you eat real fish, then make yourself some tuna salad. You can add veggies and things to it to stretch it so that you can get more than one meal out of it. So that's another cheap struggle meal idea. Just make yourself some tuna salad, and then you can even put it, with the macaroni and cheese. So that's what I ate today, and it was a beautiful day out. It was really nice. And I'm so thrilled I got those 2 fruit trees. I hope I can keep them alive because I want to plant them in pots. That way if I have to move them around, I can. And I think their maturity size is going to be about 10 feet high and 10 feet wide. So I was even thinking about maybe trying to do, I forget what they call it, espadrille or whatever it is, where they train them to kind of grow this way. I don't know. I have to do some more research on that. When I took my mom to the dentist yesterday, I ran out of time, so I didn't get around to stopping and getting an application for the art show. So I'm going to have to skip that. But there'll be other art shows if I decide to go that route. What else? Yeah, I didn't spend much money this month on food at all. But I did want to just fill in a little bit with the things that I use every day. So, but that didn't break the bank. And I didn't get really anything else for the garden today other than the trees and the little paper cups. But I was happy to find the paper cups at Mark's. You know, with all the talk about plastic this and plastic that, and don't buy plastic, you know, and paper cups used to be paper. And now you can't find anything but plastic cups. So it's like, why are you lecturing people on that when that's all you produce? I don't get it. So anyway, what do I know? I just rule my own little world here, and that's good. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.